Welcome back to CIA Declassified. We've turned off the radio propaganda of Operation Wappen and pointed our eyes toward the stratosphere. In the late 1960s, the Cold War was a sprint for intelligence. Communist China had become a nuclear power, and the agency needed a way to photograph the Lopner test site without risking a pilot. That's LOP space NUR. The answer was a sleek titanium dart capable of outrunning missiles. But at Mach 3, there is no room for error. This was the era of the hypersonic ghost. This was Project Senior Bull. To conquer the Chinese sky, the agency didn't just need a drone. They needed a miracle of engineering. Project Senior Bull was the operational name for the D-21 drone program, a supersonic reconnaissance craft launched from the wing of a B-52H, Stratofortress. A quote from a declassified 1969 Lockheed technical memo. The D-21 is designed to operate in an environment where the skin temperature exceeds 500 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a vehicle that literally glows as it flies. End quote. The agency designated the operational missions as Phantoms, where the drone would fly a pre-programmed path over China, eject its film canister over the Pacific, and then self-destruct. A quote from the Senior Bull mission log, Mission 501, launch successful. Drone reached Mach 3.2, lost telemetry over the Lopner facility. Recovery of the hatch was not achieved. End quote. The archives reveal the crash sites, confirming that out of 4 operational flights, not a single D-21 successfully returned its film. One famously overflew its recovery zone and crashed in the Soviet Union. Project Senior Bull utilized stealth coatings, a radar-absorbent material that made the Mach 3 drone appear as a tiny flickering bird on Chinese radar screens. A quote from Kelly Johnson, architect of the Skunk Works. We are operating at the very limit of what titanium and fuel can do. The D-21 is more of a missile than an airplane. End quote. The declassified logs indicate that the CIA conducted black box recovery missions in the Gobi Desert using satellite imagery to locate the wreckage of drones that failed to self-destruct. Technological breakthroughs included the ramjet starter, an explosive charge used to ignite the drone's engine mid-air, a feat previously thought impossible at those speeds. And the declassified release documents confirm the cold soak protocol, where the drone was chilled to sub-zero temperatures before launch to allow the titanium to expand properly as it heated up to 500 degrees at high speed. A quote from a declassified 1970 program manager report, the recovery sequence for the film canister has proven to be the program's Achilles heel. We have a vehicle that can fly through a fire, but a parachute that cannot handle the wind. End quote. The archives reveal salt sensors, specific devices placed within the D-21 camera hatch designed to dissolve and destroy the film instantly if the canister hits seawater instead of being caught mid-air. Operational breakthroughs included inertial bias, a method of programming the drone's navigation to account for the Earth's rotation during its 20-minute Mach 3 dash across the Asian continent. Internal CIA memos show the use of decoy balloons launched from Taiwan simultaneously with the D-21 to distract Chinese radar operators from the high-speed streak of the actual drone. While the flight failures are public, the most significant redactions in the release appear in the Payload Integrity Annex and the Wreckage Analysis Protocols. In fact, the absolute heaviest redactions, where nearly 500 pages of the 1969 Soviet Recovery Report are blacked out, suggests the agency was playing a much deeper game with the drones that accidentally crashed. Why is the recovery of a failed drone still the most protected secret of the whole program? Get ready for the theory of the titanium trap. Speculation suggests Project Senior Bowl drones were designed to be captured to leak false tech to the enemy. The theory claims the redactions hide the deception payload manifest from 1969, alleging the agency purposely crashed the drones in the USSR with flawed blueprints in their black boxes to lead Soviet engineers down a multi-billion-dollar path to nowhere, and the black bars mask the sabotage success metrics. What if the black boxes contained more than data? A dark rumor suggests the CIA used biomass to pilot the drones. The theory claims the redactions in the organic processor recovery logs from the Gobi Desert hide the remains of neural cores, human brain tissue grown in a lab to handle the Mach 3 calculations, with the black bars masking the tissue viability charts. Hidden behind the ink of the fuel chemistry section, some claim the CIA used radioactive additives in the D-21 exhaust to map Chinese air currents. The redactions supposedly hide the cancer rate studies. Looking at the blacked out remote command logs, theorists argue the CIA used telepathic links between the B-52 crew and the drone, with the redactions hiding the psychic strain reports. The void drone theory posits that the redactions in the Lopner overflight annex hide the fact that the drone was atomized by a Chinese secret weapon, and the black bars mask the energy signature of the strike. In the stealth signature files, massive redactions cover the plasma stealth trials. Theories suggest the drone was surrounded by an ionized field that made it truly invisible, and the black ink hides the radiation poisoning logs. Rumors from the dark web suggest the engine component redactions hide a micro-reactor that powered the drone, and the black bars mask the criticality incident logs from the crash site. Looking at the blacked out telemetry band charts, some believe the D-21 was used to test sound cannons that could shatter windows in Beijing from 80,000 feet, with the black ink hiding the sonic shatter radius. The time dilation theory argues that the redactions in the inertial clock section audit prove the D-21 flew so fast it experienced a temporal shift, returning to base before it even launched, with the black bars masking the paradox prevention protocols. Lastly, some whisper that the redactions hide the fact that the D-21 drones are still flying today over secret sites in the U.S., and the black bars mask the active service manifest. Was Project Senior Bowl a success? Tactically, it was a magnificent failure. Not a single roll of film was recovered from Chinese territory. The D-21 was too fast, too temperamental, and too difficult to catch in midair. Strategically, it was a technological leap. The hypersonics developed for this program paved the way for the stealth aircraft of the 21st century and proved that the agency could reach any point on Earth in under 2 hours. Project Senior Bowl proved that to touch the future, you have to be willing to let it burn. As far as technological and operational breakthroughs go, the Mach Ghost redefined the limits of aviation. For instance, unmanned hypersonic flight, the first successful sustained Mach 3 flight over an autonomous air vehicle. Stealth integration, the perfection of radar cross-section reduction, making a massive titanium object nearly invisible. Autonomous navigation, the creation of the Star Tracker, a computer system that could navigate by the stars at high noon. And ramjet reliability, breakthroughs in high-speed combustion, allowing engines to stay lit in the thin air of the upper atmosphere. Project Senior Bowl shows us that the agency is always looking for a higher vantage point. As the files reveal, the faster you go, the more you leave behind. Thanks for listening, and be sure to join us next time as we examine Project Vela. In 1979, the Vela satellites detected a double flash in the South Indian Ocean, the unmistakable signature of a nuclear explosion. But no one claimed it. Project Vela was the high-stakes investigation into the ghost test. We'll uncover the flash data, we'll look at the hidden radiation clouds, the secret South African connection, and the moment the agency realized that someone had set off a bomb in the dark and got away with it. Join us next time for the double flash. In the meantime, I'll see you in the archives.